Okay, welcome everybody to the stream. For anybody who's here, at least, gonna be in for a long night. Long night. There is currently at least one tornado on the ground that we know of. Tornado just went through Bakersfield, Missouri about 10-15 minutes ago. That's currently Bakersfield, Missouri. There's another one here. Looks like there's another tornado down here. Unsure if this is confirmed or not. It is radar indicated, so it is not confirmed. But still, if you are in the path of this, looking at near Brandsville, you need to be taking shelter right now. This storm right here is continuing on. It looks like it'll be crossing the 19 here shortly. It was emergency management has reconfirmed the tornado. It did at one point go to radar confirmed from confirmed, and it was just reconfirmed by emergency management near the town of Rover, or the county of Rover. County of Rover. Rover EMA confirmed it. For MoMA. Either way, it says emergency management confirmed tornado near Rover, which would be the county, I believe. Nope, it's a town. So Montier, Rover, Winona, West Eminence, Thomasville, Greer, Birch Tree, and Eminence need to start thinking about shelter. There is a confirmed tornado on the ground. This has previously done damage in Bakersfield, Missouri, as it has also gone through the east of West Plains here, South Fork, Bakersfield, South Fork, east of West Plains here. It is on the ground doing a lot of damage. Right there, you can see. I'll even circle it if you're able to see. Is right there. This is the current one that we're looking at that has been confirmed by emergency management to be on the ground. This is another one that's coming up. It's a bit of a broad rotation right now, but if it does tighten up, that's when you'll need to start taking some form of shelter, basement, interior hallway, or room, preferably with no windows. You'll need to be very, very, very careful regarding this, as it's going to be a long night. If you are tuning in with us here, I appreciate you being here. Glad that you're looking to stay safe and keep up here. We did just have a chaser, Brandon Kopik, did get some semblance of an intercept. It looks like he might have been hit by RFD. I think he's following along through the damage path right now of this tornado as it had gone through West Plains, unless he is still somewhere near the tornado. Let's check it out here. Bryce Shelton is nearby. Tim Moore is nearby. Aaron Rigsby, Jay Lessick. Brandon Kopik is behind, so he is within the damage path of this one. I believe he's going to try to see where it's at again. Not presently keeping an eye on this one forming right down here. There's a good solid hook echo there on the radar, on the precipitation depiction, which I personally prefer to use as opposed to reflectivity. But like, this is going to be what you guys are more commonly used to seeing. I personally like my precipitation depiction. It gives it to me a little bit brighter, tells me where everything is, and I see a small possible hook echo here with a potential bounded weak echo region right there. It is starting to tighten up just a little bit, so I wouldn't be surprised if this goes confirmed here. From radar indicated to radar confirmed over the next few minutes, Brandsville. again, you'll need to start seeking shelter. This is starting to take on a bit of an interesting shape here. It is still confirmed large and extremely dangerous. Located 8 miles east of West Plains, moving northeast at 50. So if you are traveling for whatever reason on 19 right now between Winona and Alton, Missouri, you need to take shelter now. This is the potential to be very damaging. Unsure of anything as you know, in terms of how big this actually is, considering the fact that it is dark out, which is why you should really not be traveling in any way, shape, or form, other than to get to a spot where there is a shelter. They're still keeping it as confirmed, and they will probably keep it as such until they can get some sort of confirmation otherwise that it is not. Let's go up here to St. Louis, where we have another few tornado warnings going right here. This one here, radar indicated. This one here, radar indicated. And this one here, radar indicated. Now, just because it says radar indicated doesn't mean anything. You're still in danger. You never know if there's a tornado on the ground. That just means they haven't been able to get any reports in that say otherwise. So, just need to be mindful of that. It looks like it's going to be Bridgeton, Champ, Maryland Heights, St. Anne, Edmondson, Berkeley, Hazelwood, Florissant, Calverton Park, and Blackjack in Missouri. Just basically everything along the to the 270 mark right here. The I-270. You're going to want to start looking for something for shelter. Could potentially be gusting out, but just to be on the safe side of things, start looking for shelter, start considering shelter. If you hear your tornado sirens going off, take that shelter. This is strong rotation right here. Not strong in the sense, but it's got the good hook echo here, inflow notch there, and right about in there is where you're going to see that rotation. You're looking at Arnold, Missouri. You're going to want to start considering shelter now. It is about to be on top of you. It is, once again, radar indicated rotation. Just because it says radar, tornado report just came in. Numerous power flashes to the west reported by spotter Reese Branson. 1 mile to the northwest, position 1 mile to the northwest of Arnold, Missouri. So that could potentially swap to a confirmed tornado. If there's power flashes, it could be straight line. However, once again, with that hook echo introduced right there could potentially be a tornado on the ground. So Arnold, Missouri, you need to be thinking about shelter now, and I do mean now. This will be your chance to take that shelter. For the most part, these are going PDS, which is a particularly dangerous situation. You don't want to mess with these kinds of things as they happen. You want to be in a shelter just to save yourself. That did just get big right there on the precip depiction. So once we get this update here from Velocity, I think we'll be in a little bit more of a better spot to be able to figure out what is going on and see how bad it's going to be. For anybody just tuning in, we are currently tracking several tornado warnings currently across the Arkansas, Illinois, and Missouri side of things. This one right here, just over Arnold, that is some good rotation there. Not quite tight, but it's there. So it looks like it's just going to be continuing on to the northeast there. So Arnold, Oakville now, you want to be taking shelter. Melville, you want to be taking shelter. There is another tornado report here, large tornado on the ground. So yes, this is now going to be moving into a potential confirmed situation here. Reporting a large confirmed large tornado from this person here, Jackson Franson, reporting large tornado on the ground to their north, potentially about 8 miles out, which should be right about in where this is all going down. So if you are in Oakville and Melville and anywhere in between, you're going to want to start thinking about shelter. It'll be coming up to you here shortly. Might potentially even go into the St. Louis metro area. We'll see on that one. Heading back down to the south here, we've still got this one here happening on to the south near Van Buren over toward the north of Alton, Brandsville. Your storm is still radar indicated rotation. Still don't want to mess with it. If it says radar indicated rotation, if you hear your sirens going off, take shelter. This is not a day to mess around with. This is a very serious risk day, moderate risk with a high risk on the next day, day 2. It's going to be a very long night for those in the path of all of this, and a very long night for those tracking. It looks like there is a radar, there is now a PDS, radar confirmed damaging tornado.
A new PDS tornado warning has been issued.
It looks like here to the west of Melbourne, to the northeast of Mount Olive, to the west of Melbourne. Radar confirmed tornado PDS moving near the 925. So this was just 12 minutes ago. North of Mountain View, moving northeast at 55 miles an hour. It is moving fast. Locations impacted: Hart, Franklin, Mount Olive in Izard County, Zion, Agnes, Violet Hill, Kittle, Melbourne, Larkin, Saddle, Ballard, Nelsonville, Cherokee Village, Brandenburg, Ash Flat, Sitka, Horseshoe Bend, Evening Shade, Lone Star, Gorby. You are going to want to start thinking about your shelters. Franklin, it looks like it's going to be coming right for you. You're going to want to start thinking about your shelter. Melbourne, it is going to be moving to your north. However, if there's anybody in between Melbourne and the intersection here, or I should say anywhere between Melbourne and the halfway point to Oxford North, you're going to want to start thinking about your shelter there. Just to be on the safe side of things. It's going to be, like I said, a very, very long night. We've got storms popping up way down here to the south, south of this tornado watch area. And then we got these storms popping up here within the tornado watch area. They're moving into more and more favorable environment. And as they continue to do so, it's going to introduce the potential for long track, dangerous tornadoes. So once you hear that tornado siren go off, you're going to want to take your shelter and not even hesitate on it. This is one of those kind of days where if you're not in your shelter, you're in trouble. New tornado report, several power flashes south Highway 255. So it's to the south 255, Oakville, Melville area. That's going to be you guys right there, anywhere in between Oakville and Melville. You guys are going to want to start thinking about your shelter. That's a roughly 3-mile difference there. So anywhere in that 3 miles, start thinking about your shelter just to be safe. Never know where it's going to hit. It looks like it's tracking to the northeast there, so it looks like it might potentially go either over Oakville or in between Oakville and Melville. Still, you want to think about your shelter. Start thinking about it. If you hear tornado sirens, take shelter. Don't hesitate. Very dangerous. There is it is curving back around in on itself, and there is a bounded weak echo region there. So this is a very strong rotation occurring. Weather spotters confirmed tornado. Power flashes near Arnold. So, like I said, this is now confirmed. It has gone over Arnold. It will potentially be going over Oakville as well. You guys want to start thinking about your shelters now. And just be safe out there. Don't hesitate. Hesitation will be a problem for these kinds of things. If you hesitate, that could mean the difference between life and death with these storms is they're moving fast. They're moving in the dark. You can't see them coming. That's going to be the big issue is you can't see them coming. If you can't see them coming, you never know if it's going to be on top of you or not. So just take that shelter as soon as you hear it. Going back down south here to the Winona Van Buren area here, this tornado has been ongoing. It is still a PDS. It has gone back down to radar confirmed. Still unsure if this tornado is still on the ground. Rotation appears to be to show that it's still on the ground. So you're going to want to start taking your shelter there in looks like maybe Winona Van Buren area. You're going to want to take shelter. Not even sure where my velocity went to here. Might have to swap over to DR2 here. Okay, looking over at there are 3 tornado PDS warnings. Confirmed large and extremely dangerous tornado located near Lone Star or 7 miles west of Melbourne. This was 10 minutes ago, moving northeast to 55. Let's swap back over to here for this one. It'll be this one right here. This was confirmed right here. Radar confirmed. PDS, of course. Looks like it's going to be moving to the northeast, so Franklin, Ash Flat, potentially. We'll have to see how it goes, but it looks like it's going to be moving towards Franklin. Franklin, you need to start thinking about shelter. Melbourne, it is on top of you. This one right here, radar indicator rotation. Still, this one is starting to look good for a ball there. So this one could potentially still be on the ground. And if it is still on the ground, it has now been on the ground for a while. It is still a PDS. It is still damaging. Start taking your shelters in Van Buren. We have another tornado report come in here. Power pole snapped off, roofs blown off 3 miles north of Arnold. Reporting in from Reith Branson, same person who reported the power flash to their west of Arnold there. So there's that. Looks like it is starting to move slowly into St. Louis metro area. So if you're see, it looks like it went between it looks like it took the between path on Oakville there. So you're still going to want to take a shelter until anything happens there, or until you hear otherwise. Start thinking about your shelter. It looks like it might potentially be dying, or it could just be getting rain wrapped. Once there gets to be more ooh, cycles for the radar, and we'll be able to tell more on what's going on there. Still down here to the south, we're just keeping an eye on that, keeping an eye down here, and then we've got this one down here to the far south here. So that is now 3 confirmed tornadoes. One over Melbourne, Mount Olive area, one over here near Van Buren, and one moving into the St. Louis metro area. So if you are in any of these spots, I would personally suggest shelter, just to be safe. You never really know if it's going to hit you, and being nighttime, you don't want to wait until it's too late. I'm going to check to see here if there's anything else being updated going on here. Brandon Kopik is currently in Alton, Missouri, targeting another tornado warning, possibly the same tornado warning. It's uncertain so far what it is that he could potentially be targeting. Okay, so there is a picture of a tornado as it crossed I-44 eastbound near Villa Ridge, Missouri. It is definitely a tornado. Alrighty. See here, that's definitely looking solid. That's looking a little messy. It's potentially rain wrapped, but I would still say to take shelter. Radar now places this tornado near Fremont. So if you are near Fremont, take shelter, hear your tornado sirens, heed them. You have an alarm set up, and you're not in the warned areas yet or in the watch areas, but you are thinking about sleep. Obviously, make sure you've got that squared away. This tornado warning, or this confirmed storm, is now moving over the Dupo, Cahokia. Sorry if I'm butchering that. Centerville, Sauget area of the St. Louis metro area. So if you are in this area right here, obviously you want to start thinking about shelter, or if you hear your tornado sirens, heed them. Once again, this is not going to be the storm to mess around with. These are not going to be the systems to mess around with. Confirmed tornado was 4 minutes ago. Confirmed tornado located over West Alton, near Alton, moving northeast at 55. Weather spotters confirmed another tornado here. So it looks like it might be this right here is what they were confirming. Swap over to the St. Louis radar to see if I can get a better view of this. So it looks like it would be this this area right here that you're going to want to be keeping an eye out on. And then further down here, it's going to be this area here that you're going to want to keep an eye on. This is going to be a long night for everybody involved in all of this area here. As it slowly starts, as it just starts moving, it's moving their way to the northeast here. Still going to be definitely keeping an eye on as it moves into the Tennessee area. That's where my ship focus is going to primarily shift. I do have family in the West Tennessee area. Shout out to everybody down there. Hope y'all are watching. Hope y'all heed any warnings that come through your way. Please stay safe. It looks like the National Weather Service a few minutes ago just issued another tornado watch. Or no, this is for watch number 38. This one is going to be watch 33, and it's going to be expiring here in a few minutes. And then you got this PDS tornado watch over the West Tennessee area, West Tennessee, northern Mississippi, extreme northeastern Arkansas, and southeastern Missouri, and then southern Illinois, Kentucky, western Kentucky, and southwestern Illinois, Indiana there. So this is a fairly wide tornado watch right here. Anybody who's in here, you want to make sure you have your radio set up, have TV, have the news on your TV, have the weather on your TV, so that way they give you the alerts proper. Any alerts you can get on your phone, set them up, and start preparing to have a worst case scenario situation. With this kind of stuff, you essentially just prepare for the worst and hope for the best. That's the best you can do. It's going to be a very long night. You don't really know what's going to happen. You don't really know where it's going to happen. I mean, it's just wide. Like, let me swap down here to the one here. This is what we're looking at right now. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tornado watches in effect. Numerous tornado warnings across this area here. And this is all from, most of this is from one system too that's been going on since out here near Bakersfield where it first touched down. So right over here near Bakersfield. And it's just been moving along like this. And they just extended it again. It's probably going to be radar indicated. Oh, could potentially be a new one. Problem with it is that it's reaching that radar dead point. And what I mean by radar dead point is it's reaching that point where the radar won't be likely to pick it up. Like the radar here, right now, Springfield. You can see it right up there in the top corner there. It says Springfield. So when we get up to Springfield, and it's starting to reach that outer edge. You can see where that outer edge is. Just sort of forms a little circle out here. But it starts right about in this area, reaching that point where it's too far. And it's noticeable. Right about in here, it starts reaching that point where it's too far and it's barely noticeable. So we got to rely on different radar sites. Unfortunately, being down here, it's a little bit more difficult to keep up with it as you have to watch, you know, where you're at, because you got the St. Louis site over here. You got the Springfield site here, Paducah, Memphis, Little Rock. You know, it's encompassed, but it's all in dead zone. But it is moving to the northeast. So it looks like this would be essentially moving on in this kind of a way. But you're still going to want to keep an eye on it and see what it does and make sure it doesn't impact anything out of the ordinary. By that I mean, hit anything that we didn't count on. So we still got rotation going on here. I don't know if this is still gone back down to radar indicated. So this one is still radar. This one has gone back down to radar indicated, but you still don't want to make the mistake of, not taking it seriously. You still want to take it seriously. This one is still fairly strong going, it looks like, with what looks like a potential inflow notch as it loops around in there. And then you've got all of this as well here. So it could potentially be okay. So it could potentially be 2 tornadoes on the ground. We wouldn't know. They're saying confirmed here. Weather spotters confirmed tornado, including St. Louis, Belleville, Granite City, O'Fallon, East St. Louis, Collinsville, Fairview Heights, Clayton, Cahokia, Swansea, Glen Carbon, Shiloh, Troy, Columbia, Richmond Heights, Maryville, Mascoutah, Shrewsbury, Pontoon Beach, and Centerville, including Scott Joplin Historic Site. So if you are in any of these areas, start thinking about shelter. Again, it was confirmed over here back in Cahokia. So it was confirmed right back here. And it's now up here. Somewhere. Looks like it might have just gone over the airport. Or it looks like it might have gone over the airport over here, depending on where it is. So if you're in this area here, start seeking shelter. Don't know where the tornado is. Could be in this ball mess right here. If it is, that's all rain wrapped. So you're going to want to start thinking about your shelter. Don't wait to hear it. Don't wait to see it. You're not going to see it. It's nighttime. It's rain wrapped. Potentially, it's going to be a mess. You're not going to see it. You'll just barely hear it over all the rain. So do take that into consideration and seek your shelter now. We're going to head back down to the south here and see what's going on in these areas here. This one is still radar indicator rotation, which it looks like it might just be an extension here of this one. They're still calling this one a PDS. So if you're in Van Buren, start seeking your shelter. It's going to be moving your way. Okay, this is some fairly strong rotation right here to the east of Franklin right here. So Ash Flat, if this is coming your way, then you're going to want to start seeking your shelter. And it looks like it potentially might be. Yes, it is. So Ash Flat, you're going to want to start seeking shelter now as it moves your way. It'll be a long night, ladies and gentlemen. A long night. Okay, so emergency management has confirmed damage near Fremont or near Van Buren, to the southwest of Fremont there. So if you are, once again, if you're in that Van Buren area, time for shelter is long past. If really hoping you guys are in your shelter right now. If it continues on, it looks like it could impact Piedmont. So Piedmont, Missouri, you want to start thinking about your shelter, start figuring out where the safe places are. Same goes for Mill Spring. Safe places, shelter, start thinking about where it's at and get ready to go there as soon as as soon as you're told to go, go. Don't wait around to figure out if it's going to hit you or if it's going to miss you. Looks like the storm system as a whole should go towards the north of all of it, all of you guys. So the next logical place would be Des Arc, right there. If this continues on its northeastern track, like so. In the event that it decides it wants to shift or take a little bit more of a eastern or northeastern pattern, obviously these other two are areas where it could potentially go, but it looks like it's going to follow through right here with this first one. Okay, we now have a PDS radar confirmed tornado. Locations impacted include Franklin, Agnes, Shannon, Kittle, Annieville, Elnora, Dalton, Horseshoe Bend, Evening Shade, Imboden, Glencoe, Poughkeepsie, 11 Point, Hamel, Stokes, Davidsonville Historic State Park, Brockett, Pocahontas, Okeen, and Ingram. Large, extremely dangerous tornado is on the ground. Take cover now if you are in those areas. I'm going to try to see if I can pick a good radar. It looks like Little Rock might be the best radar I have for this right now. What one is it? This one? No. This one? No. This one? Yes. Okay, so it's this one right up here. So Cherokee Village and Highland and Hardy. You guys are gonna want to take shelter now, as it's gonna be moving over near y'all soon. Just to the south here, we do have some more tornado warnings here. This one right here to the 14 north of Concord and Concord itself. You are in crosshairs of those tornado warnings here. Then just to the south here, we do have some more tornado warnings. Let's check on these radar indicated and radar indicated. So they're not confirmed, which is good, but they're still indicated. There's still rotation seen with the Doppler radars. So you guys are going to want to start taking your shelters or thinking about your shelters soon. You're on the path of those. Obviously, with this one, this is going to go more towards the Reelfoot Lake area. Tennessee, it's looking at New Madrid, Bardwell, Mount Massac, and Paducah area there. So definitely something to start keeping an eye on there. The ones to the north up there in St. Louis, they're pretty much good. Not too much to worry about there. So the risk, it looks like, is going to start moving further to the south, and so shall we move further to the south as well. We're just going to start keeping an eye on these storms as they come up. Obviously, with some of these, we're going to want to keep an eye out because it looks like this one right over here to the northeast of Texarkana there, that'll be moving into Memphis, into the Memphis area, and toward Jackson, Madison County, Chester County, Henderson County, you know, all of this area here. So, gonna definitely want to keep an eye on this one right here as it starts moving up. Arkadelphia, that one looks like it's moving to the northeast, which would be Little Rock. So Little Rock is gonna want to start thinking about what they're gonna do there. So, yes, we are going to keep tracking as long as we can. For as long as we can.
And on we'll go through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
1, so we currently have a radar confirmed tornado PDS situation here. They have updated it to say that it was a confirmed large and extremely dangerous tornado located near Hardy, 7 miles east of Cherokee Village, moving northeast at 55. It looks like the next stop is going to be potentially Ravenden Springs. So if you were in the Ravenden Springs area, start seeking shelter. This has been radar confirmed. I can tell you right now that being PDS means particularly dangerous situation, means that they're not messing around with these warnings. Means that you need to take shelter when they tell you to take shelter. You don't wait. Another one right here, confirmed tornado located near Garwood, 35 miles southwest of Ironton, moving northeast at 50. This was confirmed by emergency management. This is going to be impacting near the Piedmont Des Arc area. So we finally got a confirmation back up on this one here. This was the one that was just over here near Van Buren. That is now up to the north here. Right there near Piedmont. So if you're in the Piedmont area, Piedmont, Des Arc, start thinking about your shelters. Don't wait to hear it. Don't wait to see it. Shelter now.
I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in the cradles, profanities. I see the world through ice covered in ink and bleach. Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. Take my eyes open to force reality. Why can't you just let me eat my weight in glee? I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in their cradles, profanities. Some days I feel skinnier than all the other days. Sometimes I can't tell if my body belongs to me. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright.